Hello, hello. Man, it is real. Like, you stop streaming for a month because you're so overwhelmed with work and you forget how to do it. I'm like, I'm sure I'm forgetting something here. And I'm like, oh yeah, captions. Oh yeah, go live message. Oh yeah, how does this thing work again? I've completely forgotten. Hi, how is everyone? Mr. Zinks, good welcome to you, my friend. How are you doing? I am fucking tired, but I've been working from home the last couple of days, and it's the Christmas party at work now, and I'm not going. So it kind of wound down a bit early today, and I feel like maybe I could do a stream, and I want to do a stream. I really want to do a stream. It has been too long. Pretty well, thanks. How about yourself? Other than tired? Other than tired? There is an emotional state other than tired? I do not understand this. Very keen for the end of next week when everybody goes on break and I get 2 weeks of break. Although, a few days of that will be going up to Port Macquarie to visit my mum for the Christmas. So that doesn't really count as holiday to me. That's like still, like, yes, I like my mother and my sister and my niece, but still, like, hanging out with them and socializing and doing things is still effort. It's still draining on the old social battery. So I'm still looking forward to just time where I do nothing, just fucking nothing. Maybe I'll watch some anime. Who knows? But yeah. I hope everyone has been well. Speaking of being well, the reason I'm working from home the last couple of days is on fucking Wednesday, I learned that one of the product managers who was doing presentations on Tuesday in the office, because everyone has to come into the office for the important quarterly planning presentations, yeah, he's sick with COVID, so fuck my life. I'm just going to ground for a bit, and if they want me in the office, they will have to fight me. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Like, but like bit of a sore throat. Oh no, what could this be? I need to restock my rat tests. We would have a puppycat joining us, but she's had her dinner, and she's gone, I think, to have a nice post-dinner nap under the bed. But maybe we'll see her later. I managed to get the puppy cam running. Avatar protocol. Hello, hello. Good to see you. How are you doing? I was thinking today I might play a little bit of Serpent Isle, relevant to your interests, maybe. But yeah, it's been a while since I streamed last, so maybe just hang out and chat for a bit. Just relax. It's the streaming. I can do this. I've done streaming before. We can just hang out and, like, I can show you things. Look, I bought a PC case fan on AliExpress. I haven't done anything with it. I'm not going to install it in the actual PC. I actually want to see if I can turn this into a standalone little desk fan for myself. Because I have been very, very busy with work, I have had 0 time mana spell slots left over for my little pet projects, my little Arduino things. But that doesn't stop me from buying things online and hoping to get the dopamine hit that way. Hello, YGY. How are you doing? Good to see you. I was going to say turn it on and use it on yourself. Did not expect that that's exactly what you were actually planning. Yes. I've already got an old one that I removed from my computer to be replaced with better, shinier, blingy ones at work. This one, YGY, is 120mm. So you can get them in 140mm variants. But since all of my PCs use 120, because they're old, I figured I may as well standardize on that for any of my crazy projects. Cool. Yes, indeed, YGY. So I pulled some out of my server and replaced them with shiny blingy ones. And I was like, well, what can I do with these 3? They still work, they're just a bit noisy sometimes, they rattle a bit. And I've got one of them on each router, because the routers get hot and they don't have active cooling. So in summer I can switch on a bit of active cooling for them. And I have one at work now. And they're all powered by these very nifty USB to standard 4-pin, 3-pin? It's 3-pin, but in a 4-pin housing kind of thing. Fan connector that, again, I bought on AliExpress. They've got a little switch so you can switch them on and off. They do the boost converter, so it puts 12 volts out, which you need for the fans. They are neat. And I just want to get my mate to 3D print me a housing for it so I can like have it on my desk and angle it towards me. What else did I buy? Lots of things. Do a bit of show and tell if you like. Various alligator clips, yes. Have you ever heard of the Corsi box? No. Oh wait. Yeah, the CR box. Basically, yeah, a filtration system that uses PC case fans. You can get an improved version online from NewKit. They built the NewKit Tempest, and they made the schematics available if you need to like laser cut your own housing for them. But it's basically like a PC case sized thing, and you can hook up your own case fans to it on the cheap and build yourself a filtration device that uses standard IKEA filters. NewKit looks cool? Yeah, NewKit is cool. They've had some difficulties in the past, but at the moment they've been like very focused on like air filtration, air quality. They've got torches, which I bought on one of the, I don't think it was Kickstarter, I think it was like a similar platform, maybe. Yeah, I need to keep myself safe because of the whole immune compromised thing. So I'm very much into these kinds of protection measures. And yeah, in terms of boxes, not a CR box, but I did buy this box on AliExpress. It looks really cool. I've just been trying to open it, and I don't know what it does if I solve it. Maybe I'll solve it, and something fun will happen. Who knows? And what else? It's Pandora's box. Some sort of box like that, yeah. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's fine. I still haven't fixed my Borg Yeti VU meter that I have here, and I don't have my ring light connected because that's broken as well. So many of my pet projects have just been sort of put by the wayside while I've been working. I mean, at least I have an income again. That's good. But, you know, like, I need the time and the mental energy to do things that are fun, things that I like. Things like streaming. Haha, perfect segue. Now go. There, yes. So, it's already DOSember. We could load up the traditional DOSmas tree. Launch. Man, I've been looking for work for 2 years now. I feel your pain, Avatar Protocol. I quit my last job February 2024, and it wasn't until June this year that I got back into employment. The market is absolutely nuts. I have a friend who's been looking for work for 13 months now. Yeah, it's all over the board. It is so difficult. Pretty much the only reason I think, like, I was able to get an interview anywhere that I was looking was where I knew people who were in the company already and I could get an internal referral. The ones where I was just blasting out a resume into the void, yeah, you don't hear from them. I could rant about that for indefinitely. Now, why does X-Tree Launch not work? I mean, maybe I just copied it over from Gorillas and it just doesn't quite work. Do we have... Xmas tree run? srun. Yeah, I remember how to do things. Wait, no, wouldn't it be just rig? It's fine, it's fine. Last time I was looking, took 6 months off collecting unemployment benefits, lol. Well, YGWay, I considered that here, but Centrelink in Australia has a reputation. There was a whole thing called robo-debt, and even now that like the robo-debt scandal is in the past, the stuff that they want you to do in the names of mutual obligations, yeah, I figured it would be better on my mental health to just try and go off my savings than attempt to go through Centrelink and get any kind of unemployment benefits. It's really bad. Yeah, I've been tracking stats for how long it's been since I applied and when if I hear back about a rejection and on which roles. It helps a bit, but it's a real mess. Yeah, I had a spreadsheet, same. With this economy, I probably wouldn't take time off like that. Yeah, in this economy? It's too easy here. Centrelink is a lot better than it used to be. Perhaps, but yeah, I know enough people who have to interact with the system, and I understand that it is still incredibly painful. And I have depression, and I was particularly depressed when I quit my job due to reasons, so there was no way that was going to fly. Stardrop, welcome in. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Sounds like the disincentives are working as intended. Yes. Yes, the point is not to be a support network. The point is to punish you. How do I launch this thing? F5. Okay, that's cool. Let me quit that again. Exit. And I can go to a screen. Do I have a screen? This one? Oh, that's Oni. If I hold this, I think we go Serpent Isle. Yeah, there we go. Oh, but actually, for capturing DOSbox, do we want music? Sure, why not? Maybe a bit quieter, but I think they might have gotten a swift kick to update things during COVID, not sure. Hell yeah! NecoStream. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? I know how to use OBS. Don't question me. It's obviously I right click on this. There we go. Hello, I'm sick and missing my supervisor's farewell party, so I will join you not going to work functions. Yes, I decided... Originally I'd planned on going to the work party just at the start and saying hello to everyone. And not like eating or drinking, obviously, because I'm masking still. But then... people got COVID, so the Xmas party is obviously going to be a super spreader event. There is no way I'm going there. I'm tired, but it's 8 AM, so I guess tired is okay. Yes, you are allowed to be tired, Helya. I permit it. We have a work party tomorrow that I'm skipping. If you're sick, do not go. End of. Yeah. Well, I reckon my mate, the product manager, went in to do his presentation because obviously, you know, even if you're feeling a bit grotty, you gotta be at the work presentation for the quarterly planning, otherwise it's not gonna look good for you. But yeah, apparently his sister got COVID and he's caught it off her. So if you're not familiar with this, this is something I made a couple of DOSmases ago. Where we can collaboratively decorate a Xmas tree by giving commands in chat, like tinsel 18L up to R. It doesn't matter which order you put the things in. R7. And colors are on the right there. We could do 11, a nice cyan. Yep, so 9 is insufficient. You'll want to... There you go. G9. And sorry, you can't use words for the colors. You got to pick from the right-hand side there. The standard EGA colors we're using. And why is that not working? Oh, damn it. Bear with me. It's been a while. Let me replay these for everyone. Hell, you had an orb. Yeah, very nice. Stardrop has some more tinsel. I'm not sure what's going on there. That was mine. That was yours, Stardrop. There we go, it's working. The C12 orb looks great. Oh yeah, we just managed to hit the tree there. There you go, Avatar Protocol. Yes. I really like doing anything that involves connecting to Twitch chat. It's fun. You know, I did the gorillas.bas integration a while ago, and then I was like, you know what, I need to do something for Xmas specifically. And landed on this. So I think I've said hello to everyone. I haven't missed anyone in chat. No, that's good. Yeah, like, I had no real plan for stream today. I wasn't even sure I was gonna have the energy to stream, as has been the case a lot lately, what with me having a full-time job. But, you know, I was like, fuck it, there's a little bit of energy available. I want to give back to you guys. I can do a stream. I can fulfill my obligations. When was the last stream? It felt a while ago. Probably... it might not have even been November. Might have been October. Time is a bit of a blur, because, like, my life is divided into sprints now. It's not a bad job, honestly. Like, Typhoid Marys aside, the people there are all great, and it's a pretty fun job. Like, I like what I'm working with. I get to do a lot of stuff from front end to back end. It doesn't matter what. I am able to be helpful, and I like that. Like, I like being helpful and like being the person that fills in the gaps. And yeah, what could we do today? So I was thinking, I've got some food in the oven, potatoes, carrots, onion. Just roast that up for a long time, it'll be great. So maybe 2 hours stream, I'll switch off for dinner. I still want to go back to my Serpent Isle speedrun. Like, I don't necessarily intend to do the speedrun, like, right now, but I want to walk through it and practice a few bits, see if I can actually get the hang of it, and, like, you know, maybe reclaim my crown. That would be nice. And, yeah. I also want to see Serpent Isle speedrun fuckery, yes. What's the PB on a Serpent Isle speedrun? The current world record is like 1 hour 4 minutes, and that's held by... Oh, sorry, I don't feel like opening a browser window right now, but they were very nice. They took my route that I'd got my 1 hour 30-ish, and they got that down to 1 hour and change. Just by optimizing things a bit, by practicing the hell out of stuff. It was very cool. My PB, I think it would be like 1 hour 30. But I've planned out this new route, right? Which involves slightly changing things up a bit and skipping a few more big things using aforementioned fuckery. So if I can just like get the practice and the rhythm down for it, I feel like we could get sub 1 hour. Honestly, like when it comes to the speedrunning, like a lot of people are very good at speedrunning and they get the practice down perfectly and they can do frame perfect tricks and all of that. That's not me. I'm not like really good at the repetitive over and over and over again until you get it right business, because I get bored. What entertains me greatly though is breaking the rules of physics in a game and skipping past things that are not intended to be skipped past and walking through walls and things like that. So I'm really more on the side of like planning out an interesting route than performing it. But it is one of my favorite games of all time, so I do want to actually like perform and try and do it. Speedruns should be done in teams, researchers and runners, and you both get credit. Yeah. And anyway, like the record for glitch, well not glitchless, but any percent for Ultima 7 Part 1 is only like 20 minutes or something. It's nuts. They grab the magic carpet, they go straight to the end game, they do the thing. It's too optimized, really. I wouldn't be able to do anything with that. But Serpent Isle, for some reason, hasn't had a lot of like speedrun tech researched in it. So there's lots to be done, even though, of course, the game is frickin' massive. How would you even do a 100% for an Ultima? I don't know, actually. I mean, you can say, like, cleanse all shrines for a Ultima 9 kind of game and things like that. The community would have to agree on it and say, like, oh yeah, you've got to get all of the Dreamworld items from the swamp, and you've got to defeat the Banes and what have you. Recruit all characters. That would be fun. There's a lot of odd little side characters you can get in Serpent Isle. Some of them that are only in your party for a minute. 4, I think it's things like getting all mantras, etc. Yeah. And I think the 4 speedrunning community has started to be like, do randomizers and things like that, which is also fun. Alright, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this here tree. Well done, everybody. And I'll post that in the Discord. And where is my notes? I think if there's no point system, it should just be doing everything you normally have to do to finish the game without tech. Wait. Nobody told us there was a time limit and you'd be posting a picture. This tree is shameful. It's fine. You want to add stuff to it? We can add stuff to it. Kind of reminds me of Lemmings art. Is that just because we're listening to Lemmings tunes in the background? But okay, fine. I'll add a few more orbs. This is Tyrion 2000 music, and Tyrion 2000 is freaking fantastic. Tyrion was fantastic even before 2000. Yes, it was ahead of its time. Prob. What is a prob? You can tell how much ability to make thoughts good. I have. Are we calling this one done? Whoops. No, I mean, Tyrion 2000 was an expansion of the original game, and before the original game was also too. Yeah, right. I never actually played the non-2000 version. But yeah, you remind me it did exist. I think it was written in something like Delphi. There was a source port of it for my N900, which is very cool. What else do I have on my desk? So many random screws and things. Cables, buck boost converters. This neat little rotary dial thing, which I intend to incorporate into another streaming kind of tool, but no time for projects, only for work. Nifty little switches. Clicky clicky. Oh, there's a piece of tinsel that fell to the floor. What else we got? Keep the floor tinsel away from the cats. Yes. I do actually have a little bit of tinsel in the cupboard. I should take it out and attempt to be festive. Maybe I'll do that to celebrate the end of the work next week. The tinsel is for Poppy's enjoyment, yes. Everything, ultimately, is for the cat's enjoyment. What I need to do, right, is for my little trip over the Xmas period, I want to make sure Poppy is entertained, at least, or happy, comfy. I want to, like, set up cameras, you know? That way, even when I'm away, I can tune into my own stream and see if Poppy's on camera and how's she looking. But the cameras are phones. Like, the Poppy cams are both repurposed phones that I have, and they run off batteries. And I can't exactly just leave them plugged in, because then they'll overcharge at like 100%, 99%, and it'll kill the battery for them. Lots of low-hanging tinsel for Poppy. Here's another major project that I will not get around to this year, but eventually I should probably take it out of the packaging, so you can even have a hope of seeing it. This is a Adafruit NeoKey Ortho Snap Apart. It's a grid of 6x5 key switch PCB things, so you can hot swap your key switches into them, but you can also build yourself a little macro pad of some dimensions lower than 6x5. Alright, do you think that's good enough, Stardrop? I want to get into the game so I can at least be doing something, and then we can have a stream, and then I can have dinner, and then I can inject my brain. Yeah, it would probably be good if I could, like... Even though you haven't... Well, maybe we should stop it now. Yeah, this is good. Good community effort. Thank you, everybody. Here is the revised image. I will remove this obscene travesty. There we go. Okay. Exit. Don't think I haven't forgotten about the QBasic game I was doing for the DOSember Game Jam either. It's very, very unfinished, and I submitted it basically as a glitch art experiment. But we can go back to that, and we can eventually finish it off and make it into the game I had intended. Is that Struth? No, that was Iffy, an interactive fiction thing that I'd envisaged as like... you know there's that DOS draw tool that DensQuick's made that lets you draw the 80 by 25 column EGA text art. I want to be able to load those into the game engine as basically like PowerPoint slides, and you can transition between them. And that way, non-programming people can build themselves a little story thing that's a little bit interactive for DOS. And that would be cool. But even with the 3 months lead up to it, I did not have enough ability to complete it. Oh, like Alice in Wonderland. I guess, yeah. Like visual novels, that sort of thing. Minimum amount of actual interactivity, like you go to path A or path B. Like a choose your own adventure thing, I guess. The Serpent Isle screen is here. And I can run Serpent Isle like this, right? There's a thing I made. And maybe it would get captured? No, it never gets captured. Boop, 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 boop. No, that's my guide. No, that's my text. Where is it? Main menu. There we go. So, where even was I? It's getting captured, yes. Oh yeah, I was playing around with the Royal Mint skip thing here. So we can show this off right now. For those of you unfamiliar with my shenanigans that I have been using to break the game, at this point in the game, we're on the mainland. We want to go to Moonshade, but we can't because the Captain Hawk is in jail, and the pikemen are very greedy, and they will only really accept gold bars as payment. So normally, just steal his boat. Yeah, we can use boats, right? We've sailed boats before. Normally, you have to meet up with Selena, and then you come here with Selena, and she's got the key, so you go in, you face a bunch of headless. Dr. Yasmin, welcome in, lurking since I'm in a work call. Glad to have you here. No one here knows of the Avatar. Dear James Necco, if you won a payout of $12,000 a month for the rest of your life and never really had to worry about money, what would you do? Sincerely, a fan. Yeah, $12,000 a month is enough to live off of for now. Hopefully that will remain the case in the future. I would probably just do streaming, and I would do fun, like, cool projects that entertain me. I might still work if work wants to have me, like, 1 day a week to tell them what a terrible job this idea is and they should do it this way. I can just swoop in and be like, no, you dumbasses, do it this way, and then I will take my leave. But probably, assuming it's indexed, right. Yeah, probably I would live the life of the Twitch streamer and do fun Twitch things and, I don't know, yeah, projects. Things that make me happy. So, yeah, you would go in here, face a bunch of headless. You get the gold, sure, but then on your way out, then you have to fight a bunch of Selena's goons. Or Batlin's goons, technically, I suppose. Alternatively, we walk up here, and I want to stand... I think it's here? Let me consult my guide, actually. I've got a little screenshot somewhere, right? I don't? Have I updated this? Is this on a branch? V2, there we go. Right, that's right. I need Shimeno's pants. That would make me happy too. We should try to get this done. UBI, man. We need UBI. You could do that earning interest from about 4 million. Yeah, it is simple. I shall just find 4 million. Anyway, here's how we rob the bank. We take Shimeno's pants off and we put them here. We walk onto Shimeno's pants. We are over encumbered, or not really encumbered, but like we're carrying a halberd in our hands and in our backpack, and we have a shield on our back and a bedroll on our back, so we can't take any more large items in our inventory. Shimeno is carrying an entire Iron Maiden by himself. We just have to get 20 of your closest friends to donate $600 a month. That's still a fair bit, and I would like my closest friends to also be able to support themselves. Shimeno, get out of here. I'm carrying many items, some of which may be of use to thee. Wouldst thou care to have these back? Yes. Here they are. Since thou canst not carry these remaining 2 items, I will place them at thy feet. Bye. Well, okay. Join. Most gratefully. Bye. Now, we are standing inside an Iron Maiden that is also intersecting with the Real Mint wall. And because we're at, like, this height on top of the pants, we can also, and this is critical, see these 2 gold bars that are on the very top shelf. If we weren't standing on the pants, we would not be able to see those 2 gold bars or those coins because of the way Ultima cuts off the ceiling based on what's above your head. So can I just grab these? No. I have to give Shimeno the Iron Maiden back, step 1 step into the wall. Now I can give him gold bars. Oh, if he had inventory space. This is also something I need to manage during the speedrun. There we go. I take 3 because I want to have 1 for the guards and 2 for other things that we buy later. Let's say we give Shimeno these 2. And we'll use that one to pay the gold bars. Like the proper speedrunner people, they want to figure out how to menu as efficiently as possible. So that's something we need to take into account. Well, there's no gift tax, so actually they only need to donate about $450 a month. A bargain at twice the price. Researching this is pretty cool. Good use of pants. Thank you, YGY. So do we get to go to the bank and take off our pants to get rich? It's worth a shot. Then we rush back here. Can probably optimize this route a bit, but basically we need to follow the coast until we get back to the Sleeping Bull. And there's a fence. Oh, here we are. So then we need to talk to the pikemans. Oh, wait. Bye. This is important, and I always forget it. We need to tell Shimeno to drop the 2 gold bars he's got. Then talk to the pikemans. Because when you pay in gold bars, you will pay with all of your gold bars. And I don't have the dialogue option for Captain Hawk, because this isn't actually, like, doing this step properly. if we were doing this properly in order, we would have talked to Flindo already. Oh, there's Selena. So we need to talk to Flindo. Blah 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 blah. Hawk. Blah 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 blah. Pikeman. Blah 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 blah. Bye. That's all you need to get the dialogue option. And my DOSbox is struggling a little bit. I'm playing at 12,000 cycles in DOSbox because that's what the original Serpent Isle speedrunner on speedrun.com was using. The original speedrunner is a person called Spade, who I might be mispronouncing that. It's spelled funny. But they were very cool that they did this speedrun at all, and their route is based off Doug the Eagle's anti-walkthrough for Serpent Isle, because there's a lot of fun skips and doing things out of order in that walkthrough. It's quite an entertaining read. Captain Hawk. Pay fine. Dost thou wish to pay Captain Hawk's fine? Yes. I do not believe that a rogue like thyself has the riches to buy Hawk's freedom. What canst thou give us? How about gold bars? All right, thou canst have him. Here be the key. Thanks for the gold. This game is all hand-drawn, right? Never mind, that's cartoons in this time era, lol. It's, kind of hand-drawn. If you look at Shimino here, you might notice he bears a striking resemblance to Lord British, who bears a striking resemblance to Richard Garriott. So what they did for this game was they had photo references of people that they digitized and then drew over the top of. It occasionally looks a bit goofy, but yeah, it's a neat little style, I think. We can use K? No, we don't have the keyring yet. Ooh, that really sucks, yeah. Don't have the keyring yet, so we actually have to, like, take a key out of our inventory and double-click it like some sort of savage. How pleasant to make thine acquaintance, lass. I be Hawk, captain of the good ship Arabella. I could use a stiff drink, lass. Thou canst talk to me at the pub. We shall do that. In fact, no matter how quickly we run to the pub, we shall find Captain Hawk there ahead of us. He really wants that drink. And then Selena's gonna tell us something here, I think. Yep, no, already got it. Thanks, bye. So then, who do we just talked to Hawk, right, to start the next cutscene? Journey, blah, 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 blah. And here's where, if I was doing the run, I would normally save, because this cutscene frequently soft locks you when all of the NPCs are trying to find a seat on the ship. Pathfinding's a bit broken sometimes, which is completely fine in Ultima 7, but in Serpent Isle they added these cutscenes where they take control away from a character and, well... Take Selena to Moonshade. I guess we could. She would start to complain as you take her further away from the quest area. But that would be kind of hilarious. Like, all of the Moonshadians should know her. Can I load? I can't load right now. That's her problem, yeah. Reef the sails and hang on, there be one of those damn storms are bearing upon us. Heavens help us! It's fine, it's pretty. He's got a nice smirk, yeah. Yeah, I do like the character art in Serpent Isle. I like the character art in Ultima 7 Part 1 as well. It's smaller and more hand-drawn, and there's a bit of a mix of styles. At first, when I started playing Serpent Isle for the very first time, I wasn't quite sure about these enormous character portraits taking up a third of the screen, but they are quite nice. Yeah, do I have a save game for before? I mean, we've got Selena here. Oh no, this is murdering Selena. Boat? I'll bet boat save is... Yeah, here we go. So does that mean I can talk to Selena? I think for the moment, I'm just going to like zip between various parts of the run and see what we can do to remind ourselves of how this is supposed to go. I might not even do a run tonight, but, you know, work is winding down. Stranger things have happened. I might do an additional stream or two before the end of the year. I have heard that thou art in need of finances, shall we say. I believe that I can be of help. Help? Not long ago, one of those strange storms took the lighthouse that was up the coast, north and east of here. In its place is a strange building, locked tight and reportedly filled with hideous monsters and great treasure. Selena's got a pretty good smirk here, too. One I thought of as my beloved found a key on a creature outside of the building. He gave this key to me for certain favors, and promised to meet me here so that we could seek the treasure together. What happened to him? He is not here, and shows no signs of keeping his word. Men. Frankly, we would do best if we were to rid ourselves of men entirely. What a sisterhood we should make. What about this key, then? If thou art willing to allow me to join thee, I can lead thee to a treasure enough for both of us. I have the key and the instructions, but I am no match for what may lie ahead. Wilt thou join me in seeking the treasure? Yes. What favors? That's up to your imagination, my GY. I knew that thou wouldst be interested. Judging from what I've been told, it would be best if only 2 went. The danger to any more than 2 is great. Wilt thou leave thy companions here for their safety? Nah. I hope that thou dost not live to regret thy decision, Poggers. They are thy friends, and will not thank thee if thou dost lead them to their deaths. They've died plenty of times. It's fine. Shamina's going to get stuck in the spirit realm. Here's the key I promised. Onward! Oh, but now we don't... No, we've got boat, right? So Captain Hawk is around. Yes. And I think that save game must just need me to hit this trigger, right? We should find a seat. Yep, the developers did not anticipate me managing to free Hawk without Selena. So now we're taking Selena to Moonshade. Assuming this cutscene works. I'd advise ye to hold fast and keep a weather eye on that there horizon. We'll be running afore the wind hard enough to splinter the mast as it is. Boat song. Now look here, Poggers. Thou didst pledge to take me to the treasure, but this is the wrong direction. You sat down on the boat, lady. Wilt thou take me to the treasure or no? Yes, we're going to the treasure. Much better. To the gold. Thou still goest the wrong way. I am leaving. I have many items in my possession which may aid thee. Wouldst thou like to have them? Yeah, give me that blink ring of yours. Here they are. Thy companions will have to help thee carry some of these things. I love that it's just got the generic give you the items dialogue when she's pissed off at you taking her the wrong way. Fool! She's not leaving, she's on a boat. You're coming with us, Selena. Reef the sails and hang on. There be one of those damn storms bearing on down us. Helvent help us. Maybe she'll get hit by lightning. Here ye be, lass. I never thought we'd make it, but moonshade lies over yon. I'll not even attempt to make the Arabella seaworthy until these blasted storms are over. If ye be wanting Captain Hawk, I'll be at the bottom of a mug at the Blue Boar Inn. Selena, baby, come back to us. If thou hast the stomach to face great danger, then perhaps we can resume our quest for the lost gold. Resume quest. Dost thou pledge to go directly to the site of the gold this time? On my honour. I shall hold thee to thy word. Judging from what I've been told, it would be best if only two went the Granger to... No. I hope that thou dost not live to regret thy decision, Poggers. They are thy friends, and they will not thank thee if thou dost lead them to their deaths. Onward. Now look here, Poggers. My word is my bond. Honest. Yeah, you can't really do much when she's in this mode. By the way, let's go meet Rosaluncia and the gang, yeah. Yes, we're going to the treasure. Oh, wolves. Thou still goes the wrong way. I am leaving. Come back. Come back. Come back. What happens if she has stuff on her that nobody can hold while you're on the sea? That's a good point. It should be dropped at my feet, and that will still be on the boat, so it will still get carried to our destination, so it's fine. I can't seem to talk to her now, though. Let me practice what happens when we do get to Moonshade. I need to run up this way. We don't need to get blood moss for Pothos. We are skipping that bit entirely. The random encounters are slightly annoying. And I should be using a weapon. Why do... Oh, right, key. Shamino... Nice tights, Shamino. Why don't you put that on your back and have that in your hand? And I'll use this. Where's my bedroll? I don't have a bedroll on this save. That's not good. I need a bedroll in this slot. Mostly for, like, the Shenanigans. For some reason I thought it would fall through the boat. Honestly, not unreasonable, yeah. I mean, for all I know, that boat isn't implemented the same way that regular boats are. And it would. But yeah, generally, I gotta go here. I gotta talk to Fedibiblio. You might be able to get one at the Kitesi Canton. Yes. Yeah, there is one there. Thou must be a seeker after knowledge. I am the Mage Fedibiblio, and I serve as the Magister of Moonshade. Give me spellbook. Bring me 3 fresh mandrake roots, and I'll let thee have a spellbook. The roots are found on Monk Isle. Without the mandrake roots, I can do nothing for thee. Return to Monk Isle, and return with fresh roots of mandrake. Bye. Why is Fedibiblio Australian? Because I felt like doing some kind of stereotypical Asian accent would be a bit insensitive. Basically. Yep, so we need to talk to him about the spellbook. Surely everybody here should have ridiculous Italian accents. Yeah, that's a possibility. Like, there's a fine line when you're doing voices and accents and things between, you know, like just doing it for funsies versus being a bit of an arse. Let me look through my notes. Spellbook by... Right, we need to go to Frigidazi's house for the Create Ice scroll. Create Ice is absolutely essential. And in my notes, I've got the restoration spell from Mortegro's house. But you know, like in this game, you're playing this, and either your party is at decent health and you're fine, or everybody's dead. There's not often a time when you can actually make use of restoration with this kind of speedrun. If you're playing carefully, then sure. But when you're speedrunning, it's often quicker to just let yourself get killed as a way to return yourself to full health and food. Now there's a little bandit camp up here that's annoying. I've sometimes had my companion get killed and stuff here, or been put to sleep. But we got it. Oh hey, and bedroll. And then there's winged snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? I do kind of want to do some fighting though when we have the chance, because it is slower to run away from stuff, because the game slows you down. And also, I've got to watch my experience level. Later on when we're doing the Silver Seed, I have to get my experience to 3,200, which is level 7, so we can cast level 8 spells, which is Create Ice. And there's just kind of a bit of a gap in the current route that I've got, where I might have to just sit around killing the animated suits of armor for a bit. Now we used to do the Pothos route and go on the turtle, but here's the major bit of shenanigans that I've got for my new route. We go to this point of the island, and Serpent Isle is up that way. So what we do is make sure my inventory is full. So give me the Iron Maiden. Too heavy. Yeah, this is gonna be tricksy. We don't need torches. How heavy is the Iron Maiden anyway? It's 15, right? So we don't... Oh, Selena's given me her stuff, that's why. Yeah. So now I can't pick up another halberd. And I can give Shamino 2 halberds. And I can maybe do something that will keep my hands full. I'll hold this fish. And this other hand. Now, when I talk to Shamino, get him to leave. Yes. Join by. So he dumps his halberd. I get him to pick it up again. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Join by. And we repeat this until we get to the other side of the ocean. Easy. It's just a little repetitive and prone to error. You can soft lock yourself occasionally by accidentally being stood in midair. Like, I'd love to be able to talk while I'm doing this thing in an actual run, but this is one of those streamer has to concentrate moments. It's like, well, look, we'll pick up this halberd, which causes that halberd and us to fall down 1 block. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Monk Isle. And you'll notice, like, when we were on the land and we told him to leave, do we have time for a few donations? Exactly, Avatar Protocol. Greetings from Germany. When we were on the land and we told Shamino to bugger off, he's just like, okay, do you want my stuff? Right, bye. Now that we're in the middle of the ocean, he asks us where should we meet if we get separated, which is a neat bit of, like, logic that the designers of the game must have had to put in there when they realized, like, well, we can't strand the Avatar on the mainland if the companions are on Monk Isle, or vice versa, or something like that. You have to have a way to get them back when you tell them to leave. Let us meet at the Abbey on Monk Isle, should I be forced to wander from this spot. No doubt Thoxa can fetch me there. And another thing. Why is Thoxa providing free teleportation services for my companions and teleporting them to Monk Isle when it is Monk Isle that we want to get to in order to get the Mandrake roots for Fedibiblio to get a spellbook? If Thoxa really wanted to help us with this world-shattering quest, she should be providing free teleportation services. Join. Bye. So we just do this. It doesn't take too long, and I've figured that it is actually quicker than doing the whole Pothos quest thing. It's just very repetitive. Or Mandrake delivery services, even better. The monks know when the mandrakes are fresh, they can just bring it. Like, the biggest time loss is accidentally clicking the wrong dialogue option when you're furbling through this. And there you go. Shimino dropped down a level. The halberd that we're standing on dropped down a level. I did not, so I have to walk backwards to get down onto the halberd there. Otherwise, I would be standing in midair and couldn't continue. I can smell my food cooking now. This is good. I should probably... When we get to Erstam's, I'll take a short break and I'll turn the potatoes and things. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Whoop. Bye. See? It's easy to make that mistake. Join. Bye. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Monk Isle. Join. Bye. So we're only progressing across the ocean like 5, maybe 4 blocks at a time. But the halberd is like the best item I've found in terms of its hitbox that you can do this with. And we need them anyway as weapons. And we can pick 2 of them up early game from Monitor. It's pretty good. Why is he suggesting Monk Isle as a possibility if you haven't been there yet? Well, game's breaking a little bit here since we're in the middle of the ocean. I don't blame it for not giving you the right options there. We're in undefined behavior territory. See, what can happen to make you get stuck is, when you double-click on NPCs in Serpent Isle, before they talk to you, they have to pathfind up to you and say hello. So if they can't pathfind to you because one of you is standing mid-air over the middle of the ocean, they never initiate conversation, and we just get stuck. Oh, I keep clicking buy because I'm like, yeah, bye, Shamina, screw you. But, no, there we go. And I know Ultima 9 calls him Shamino. I grew up calling him Shamino, and that's what I'm going to call him. Oh, I keep doing it. I need to train myself better. Like, this is, you know, run ruined kind of territory here. I clicked the wrong thing. Do it all over again. Which sometimes, like, it irks me a little bit when I'm watching speedrunners and they've just got that mentality of like, nope, did one thing slightly badly, start over from scratch. Do you think the game devs tested for this? I don't think so, no. Well, we've got $50 from Lord British Not Affiliated. Came for the speedrun, stayed because I can't figure out how to leave the swamp. Thank you so much. Monk Isle. Join by. It's just that little rearranging of the dialogue tree that trips me up. So here we can start to go up and diagonal because it's slightly easier to get to the land there. the other fun thing I do is, after clicking join, instead of clicking buy, I then select leave again, because it's changed the order, and I have to ask him to join the party again. Shamino got his name from Richard Garrett misreading the bike band Shimano, and the R sound in that is long enough, I believe, so I guess calling him Shamino is justified. Ah. Interesting. Thank you for that little bit of lore there. There is so much fun lore in like Ultima games, and not the in-game lore, but the game company origin lore, which bleeds into the games. Yes, I think we've got like maybe one more halberd to go. Yeah. Although maybe. Nope. Leave. Yes. The halberds are just so useful. We reuse them in Furnace and Sunset Isle for the skips. We did it! We made it to Erstam's Isle. So all we need to do is get the jawbone, which would ordinarily mean doing the Phoenix quest for Erstam, and then get some additional teeth from Erstam, because like we've got the jawbone, we go back to him and say, hey, can I have the teeth? He gives us the teeth. But wouldn't it be more fun if we didn't do all of that and instead used the other skip? Where I'm holding that and you're holding that, and I tell you to leave the party, get you to drop a Iron Maiden through the wall, then I go, psych, I didn't want you to leave after all. Oh, damn it, I still had room for the Iron Maiden. Yeah, see, this is what we've got to get down 100%, is like, the contents of the inventory affects whether the skip will work when you're doing it in a hurry. Don't have time to set things up perfectly. You hold on that, I'll put my shield in my backpack. You have anything else? You have nothing else. You are naked. Will this fit in there? Won't fit. Perfect, that's all I need. Do you think Erstam uses the bottomless pit in his front yard as a garbage bin? He uses his house as a garbage bin. I don't think he's considered like using a place to tidy up his garbage. Also, philosophically, is it still landfill if the land can never be filled? Iron Maiden, are we talking about heavy metal? It is indeed very heavy, very metal. Weighs 15 Fantasy Stone units. Right, so I can't pick that up. Shimino. Leave. Yes. Yes. Come on, register my clicks, game. Join by. Pick it up again. I can't get there. Pick it up again. Step 1, step through the wall. Grab the serpent jawbone. Then we go speak to Erstam for the first time. And we don't know the password, so this could be problematic. He'll try and kill us or something, right? We have to prove that we were sent here legit. Begone from my sight! This meddling in my business is unwelcome, stranger. Thou dost have the distinct bearing of a Britannian about thee. Well, so do you. No doubt thou art in some fiend in league with that evil beast British. Why, I ought to cast a spell on thee. I could tear thee limb from limb, but still leave thee alive. In fact, I might do it yet. Now, out with it. Why hast thou come to disturb me here? Bah, in truth I cannot. Begone! The password, Avatar. Tell him the password. What is this I hear? A mutual friend told me to mention Isk-Tradith to thee. Dang, he looks evil, yeah. Isk-Tradith? The password? Then I shall not feed thee to the whales. I shall speak with thee for the moment. Yes. Pleased to meet you for the first time. I have the jawbone. Yes, I see that thou hast found thy way into my storeroom and back. Here is the serpent's tooth. This will allow thee to travel back from whence thou didst come. As to the method of how it works, thou hast proven thyself intelligent. Discern it for thyself. Here is another tooth. It will allow thee to travel back to this island, although I trust that it shall not be necessary to do so. Here is a tooth that will enable thee to travel to another place. Monitor, basically. Bye. A British stone is 14 pounds, 6.35 kilograms. Why 14 pounds? That's an insane number. 16, I would understand. 2. Grr. Hang on, how did you get the password? I didn't, Avatar Protocol. That's the great thing. The game designers assumed that if I got to this point, I could only have gotten to this point via the turtle, which means I've talked to Pothos, which means I've got the password. You might even be able to get through Pothos' dialogue tree without asking him the password? I'm not sure. Oh, that's right. I think if you get to the bell where you ring for the turtle, it just doesn't do anything unless you've previously asked for the password. But we didn't need that. We walked across the ocean. That means a strong character can carry 381 kilos. Yeah, that sounds about right. Unfortunately, we have to hack our way through... Can't get there. We have to hack our way through this door again, because we still don't have the key. If I grab the halberd... Oh, is this going to be a problem? I probably can pick it up from the inside. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Mental note, when I'm doing the speedrun, I have to get both halberds and just leave Shimano here with Iron Maiden. But this should still work for us. Leave, yes. Join by. Pick it up. Walk through the wall. And maybe I can pick up the halberd now? Yeah. Mental note, bring 3 halberds next time. Well, 3 is difficult to bring because, like, you've got to have... Like, they're bulky items and they're heavy items. Yeah, it's interesting. 2 seems to be about the right number, but I wish it were easier to set up some of these skips. Can you get out again? Yes, I think I can get out. But when you drop the Iron Maiden at the Avatar's feet, it's a... Is it a 3x3? Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's a 3x3 in terms of the game units. Yeah. So it gets dropped with the Avatar's feet at its bottom right corner, which means using this skip, you can only go through walls to the west or the north. You can't go south or east. And anyway, we have the jawbone now, so we can actually just slot these teeth into it, which is another thing I need to do quickly and precisely. So no? Well, no, you can go out through the side walls. Although it is sometimes non-deterministic, like which walls you can go through or not. Because the way the walls are constructed in the game, there's sometimes empty space underneath them, because the designers figured you never can actually walk in there because there's a wall. Oh, there doesn't have to be a door there. Yeah, there doesn't have to be a door. Any one wide wall, basically. But it is tricky, because, like, I'll turn on hacks for the moment. If we take this wall apart, we might see it. No, this wall is fine. Maybe this one? No. Basically, yeah, like, I guess there's some sort of optimization thing. Sometimes you'll see walls like this, but underneath them is an empty square. Like, they just never textured it. It's not tiled or anything. And you can't walk over those anyway. So using this skip is like, you got to find a sweet spot It's kind of fun, actually. Like, I'm glad it requires a bit of finessing. Anyway, I'm going to check on my food. I will be back in just a moment. Please enjoy this BRBee screen in the meantime, which is this button. This button. And I'm back. Hello. The food is looking good. It's roasting up nicely. I can probably give it another hour or so, because I do like to cook the fuck out of my potatoes and carrots and things. Just like really get them all burned and yes, lovely. Blah. I mean, that wasn't much of a break, so I'm still a bit foggy. But coherent thought is not what people come to this stream for. I like my Brussels sprouts burned. Yeah, like I used to not like Brussels sprouts because my stepdad would cook them and they would just be kind of like steamed and meh. If you burn the fuck out of them and slather them with butter, they're fantastic. So what else should we practice? Like, we're clearly not doing the run in this stream. We need to practice more. We've done the mint skip. We've done Earthstem. Yeah, I mean, we could practice what we need to do next, which is run off to Moonshade and get the Mandrake root. That can be a bit fiddly. I too like the taste of butter. Are there any things you haven't tried, experimented with, but would like to? I've pretty much experimented with lots of things, honestly. Like, I'm looking here at my notes, and I've got Issex Maze coming up later. You could theoretically walk on top of the walls of Issex Maze, but I think I ended up figuring out that it would be more difficult to do that and then get down than it is to just walk through the walls. So yeah, there's lots of like alternatives that like you do when you're trying to map this out that they either don't pan out or there's something that's quicker. I have the Jawbone. East and then north is Monk Isle. I need to remember like exactly which Serpent Gate is which as well. Maybe you could ice block your way into whichever bit opens up all the walls and then just run through easily. That's an idea. I don't know if finishing the fourth maze also unlocks all of the other walls, or actually you wouldn't even need to do the other bits of the maze if you just get the Helm of Light from the end of the fourth maze. We could have a look at it, because the mazes are all, like, right next to each other. I like the way you think. But for now, let's try and not enrage at the person using gardening power tools outside. And where is the combat key? Kill! Like, the disadvantage of working from home is the neighbors have been really pissing me off with all of the yard work and digging and sawing that they're doing. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, no monks. So this... Pardon me. Goddamn yards people. The mowers, yeah. This is a challenge, because I think if I'm actually doing the speedrun from start to finish, then it's fairly consistent what time of day I arrive here. So then you can have some consistency as to where the damn monks are. And they all look the same. I'm sorry, I know it's racist against monks, but they do. And we have to find this one guy who happens to know when the salt tides are. And some of them don't talk to you. Time goes short, my daughter. I shall aid thee as I can. Tell me about it. You'd think the advantage of being in a leafy suburb would be the peace and quiet, and then every frickin' weekend people break out the mowers. Well, Stardrop, the thing that enrages both me and my flatmate is that we're in a suburb with a bunch of, like, medium-sized apartment buildings. So every one of them has contracted out to some gardening service to bring out the heavy-duty leaf blowers at 9 a.m. every morning. Or sometimes 7 a.m. There aren't that many leaves out there, but all leaves must be blown. The Doug the Eagle anti-walkthrough is funny because they recommend bringing a potion of poison along with you, so that when you find the monk in question, you can poison them so that they have a glowing green outline, and you can identify them again when you need to talk to them the second time. 7 a.m. should be illegal. It should. And I'm not talking about leaf blowers, I'm talking about the hour. I don't like that leaf blowers just move dust around instead of sweeping. They just blow the dust into the street. Yeah, I feel like I don't think I have allergies officially, but I certainly don't feel particularly clear-headed when they're blowing all of this dust around. Game Dev Jeff, hello, welcome in. In my street, those leaf blower guys have blown away the grass from the nature strip, and now they're just blowing dust. Oh, it's terrible. The nature strip outside our building has been kind of muddy and dirty and dusty without much grass on it for some time. Primarily because people love to just pile on when they see someone dumping garbage on the side. They think it's for a council cleanup, but there isn't a council cleanup scheduled, and then everybody else piles on their furniture and washing machines and shit like that, and eventually someone in the building snaps and they call for an official council cleanup, and they come and pick everything else up. Except for the mattresses, because the mattresses, you have to schedule a different cleanup for those. And so there's still stuff out on the nature strip. So some people still think that they can just bring whatever out and just dump it on the edge. It's a vicious cycle. Where are all these goddamn monks? Like, maybe we should have a strategy where we just come here and sleep until midnight. Maybe they're at the cinema. Yeah, there's a legitimate cinema. They just like to go there to watch prophecies. Why can't I activate these candelabras? Spent candelabrum, damn it. They're tending the yard. They should be in bed. I'll leave and go back. Although honestly, I don't know where Miggin... Is it Miggin? Does Corn Guy have a name? No, that's right. Miggin isn't Corn Guy. I think Corn Guy doesn't have a name. I always thought the prophecy you get is oddly direct. Yeah. Miggin was the librarian, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, Miggin actually shows up outside of Monk Isle sometimes. He shows up at the Sleeping Bull. And what's the deal with this little room here? Are there secrets? I'm going to take this place apart, brick by brick. Oh, I just turned Hack Mover off. Sometimes the developers like to hide little secrets in these weird little rooms that you can't possibly get to. There's a bunch of switches in Monk Isle, which I'll show you, that I have no idea what they do. Do we have any light? We do? No, that's a key. I threw out my torches, didn't I? I had a spell book I could cast light. I have 50,000 channel points and I don't know what to spend them on. I don't want you to redeem Gorilla's Bass because I usually like whenever you're doing better than Gorilla's Bass. I understand. I appreciate it. And like, it does disrupt the flow a bit to redeem that sort of thing. I want to do more redeems, like just funny, silly little stuff that shows up on stream. But to do that would require me to actually like do stuff with my bot and integrate it better into OBS. And I do have plans for that. I even have code for some of that. It's just not there yet. I need to have brain. Fragmental Stew, hello, welcome in. I think I made a video for that place. Selwyn's Tower IRC, want to see it? Sure, Fragmental Stew, why not? I remember... Yeah, Selwyn's Tower, you can get there via teleporter from the little secret cabal of people who are watching over Castle British, right? Give me a minute to find it. Maybe a good story for Neko to read if it's short, maybe? But yeah, more fun stream redeem things are planned. It's just like, right now with me working full time, these kind of random ad hoc scuffed streams are the best I can do. But let me rip this tower to shreds, just so I can explain again what I was trying to explain earlier to Avatar Protocol. So these walls didn't stick where they were, because they're like, the game is optimized. It's decided you're never going to be able to move those things, so you can't move those things. And even if you're using the cheats to move them, the game doesn't need to remember that you've moved them. But you'll notice on the ground here, the tiles there are the little red flowers that are a copy of the little red flowers to the right. If I move, oh, now it's a copy of the thing to the left. That's because those tiles that the walls were on don't actually have a texture. It's like the Doom Hall of Mirrors effect, if you've seen that. And you can't walk on them, even if you're doing the Iron Maiden skip. And if we go back to the Monk's Abbey, there's these switches that I have never figured out what they do. And the cheat mode in Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Isle is a bit more locked down than the one in Black Gate, so I can't actually use that to kind of introspect which number these switches have. There's a switch here, just locked away under the stairs, and I think there's an equivalent one here. No. Okay, so there's just this one switch that you cannot ever get to in the game. I suppose you could flip it with telekinesis if you knew it was there. Oh, this isn't Selwyn's tower, it's a different tower. Is it the... Are we talking Black Gate or Serpent Isle? Because there's the pirate... the pirate guy that's in the forest over here-ish. It's a similar size, which is why I thought it was. Ah, yeah, sorry. You meant the tower we were looking at. It's just a random monk thing. But yeah, there's a switch here. Don't know what it does. Doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe it does nothing. There's those switches we found in Ultima 9 that are just floating high above the shrines as well. I feel like they must be for controlling game flags, like you've cleansed this thing or what have you. But we flipped them a bit and nothing seemed to happen. I made a video for Selwyn's Tower, but that's not where you are. That's fine, Fragmental Stew. I am always down for looking at more Ultima things. Can't talk to that monk. Turn hack mover off. I guess lunchtime or dinner time is when we want to catch the monks, because they'll all be in here. Isn't there a cheat option to see if there are use code thingies associated with switches? Or is that just for eggs? Well, in Black Gate, you can push F9 and click a thing, like this book, and it would tell you at the top, this is on frame whatever, this is item number whatever, it has a quality of whatever, and like the quality is usually what will tell you which book it is, or which key it is, or what switch it is for the door. I haven't found a way for that to work well in Serpent Isle. There's a command line switch you can add. Aside from Serpent Manimal, you can type Serpent Manimal S, and you get the super enhanced S version of the cheat mode, which renders the eggs on the ground, and you can actually look at them to find out what they do. But I don't usually play with that on. Where is this guy, though? Here's the Selwyn's Tower video for what it's worth. Thank you very much. I might not watch that right now, because I don't actually have a good setup for like watching videos together with people on stream. But anyone who wants to can click on that, and I will definitely watch it for myself later. Where are these goddamn monks? You know, here we go. They're at the drive-thru. Megim. Does not speak. Thoxa. I made it because I couldn't find any pictures or videos online of it. Ah, interesting. Carnax. Here we are. I am but a humble monk. I can be of no help to thee in any way, I fear. Mandrake root. Thou art not the first to come to this isle in search of the mandrakes, for the plant is the source of powerful magic. There is a supply of roots in mine hut, if thou needest any. Please take all that thou needest, for mandrakes grow only in the swamps, and are exceedingly rare elsewhere. Oh, this is Serpent Isle, yes. I'm planning or practicing bits of my speedrun strat. Rare, no, that's not the right one. Swamps. The mandrakes are only found in the swamplands, and only when the salt tides are right. I have only dried roots in my supply. If thou desirest fresh roots, thou must go into the swamp when the tides are right. Salt tides? The mandrake roots only appear when the tides are right. Otherwise, they lay beneath the mud and cannot be seen. Now is not the time, but the tides will soon be in. Precisely when, I cannot predict. I could tell thee when the tides were right, if thou dost ask later. We'll do that. Oh. Precisely 4 hours later, in fact. Who figured out it's 4 hours? I don't know. Might have been Doug the Eagle. But if we sleep for 4 hours and then talk to him again, the tides will be right. We have to talk to him first. Which one is he? There we are. Salt tides. The tides are in convergence. If thou desirest mandrake roots, thou must hasten to the swamplands. Thank you, bye. Actually, you can help me by... That's right, there's absolutely nothing I can help you with. Nothing at all. Yeah, me too, Shamina. Mandrake root. I don't normally go around this side. I've only kind of memorized the mandrake root locations on the other side of the swamp. Because even in broad daylight, they're difficult to see. And I swear, one time during my practice runs, I came here accidentally without talking to the guy first, and the mandrake roots were right here. And you could just grab them. I thought, wow, huge time savings for the run, that's great. Could not reproduce it. So does this world not have predictable tides? Does Serpent Isle have a moon or moons? I don't know. We can't exactly look up at the sky. So in the actual run, I usually death warp back to the monks because it's slightly faster. But here we may as well take the long way. I used to watch Spade's speedrun on this. Yeah, he's what inspired me to do this. So where do we go next? We go back to Moonshade. And previously I was death warping there. Actually, which way is Moonshade? I forget. It's south from here? I think it's south. Like, I did both of the routes, and honestly it works out about the same if we walk back through the Monk Isle under, like, the chasms? The catacombs? Catacombs. Versus if we death warp to Moonshade and then walk around the lake there. I think, actually, the advantage... Yeah, this is what I missed on a couple of times. The advantage to death warping is we go past Bucia's shop? Bucia? I like the word undercroft, although I'm not sure exactly what it means. We have to go past her shop anyway, because we want to exchange gold coins for gold bars. I mean, gold bars for gold coins. All the gold bars, that is to say 2 of them. Nope. Bye. Spade's run was 7 years ago. Time is absurd. It truly is. I mean, I started streaming in 2020. It's a Spades run. That's good. He should use that. Then we can get the spell book. Thou hast a voracious appetite for knowledge. What dost thou desire to learn? Spellbooks. I see thou hast brought the mandrake roots, but I'm still hesitant. If thou art truly a mage, here we go. Thou wilt be able to answer my 4 questions. In Erstam's book, the section entitled Other Landmarks covers how many areas? 4, I think. How many clans divide the city of Monitor? That would be 3. In what circle of magic doth the Crate Automata spell appear? 6. Sometimes you get easy questions, sometimes hard ones. Forgive me for my suspicions, but thou wilt understand that I take my responsibility seriously. I will now conjure a spellbook for thee. Thou wilt notice that the transcribe spell is within thy spellbook. Use it to copy spell scrolls into thy spellbook, for they will disappear once thou hast used them. Remember this well. It may mean the difference between thy life and thy death. Thanks, bye. Seek truth always. So then, We can immediately transcribe, create ice, and what did I pick up here? Columna's intuition. I don't need that. Let's create ice. Good, good. But it's, you know, we can't cast it until we've leveled up anyway, so we may as well just go trigger the Silver Seed. I love this bit. What? Why isn't this working? Oh! Ah! No! Oh, I'm Lord British now. Oh. Now I'm Petra. Imagine that. Now Shamino's Petra. Now, who? Okay, yep. Lord British. Avatar! This is the architecture we've seen throughout Serpent Isle. But where are the signs of destruction? These are not ruins, these are new. By Lord British's throne, where are we? More precisely, Shamino, when are we? So this is a fairly straightforward start. We run in here and we grab the keyring because it's the best item in the game. Actually, honestly, the Iron Maiden is the best item in the game because it allows us to do all these things. Yes, yes, you're skeptical. Champion a bounce. What is it? It's a white hole. Buy? So we have the keyring now, yeah? Good. I liked this pre-Ultima 9 era where people said, use the transcribe spell to copy spells into your spellbook, and not, to transcribe spells, double-click the transcribe spell in your spellbook and then click on the scroll you want to transcribe.
What's a paladin?
Hello, Cooper Goodling Jr. It is going well, considering that I'm still working a full-time job, but I've managed to scrape together enough of a brain that I can do a tiny, tiny little stream, why not? Good to see you. How are you going? Yes, and Shamino could use a little food. Sorry, Shamino, there is none. That guy's an automaton. Why would he have food? We talk to this lady and immediately say bye, because she thinks that we're a Chaos spy. But if we talk to her the second time, ah, thou hast spoken with our commander. Very good. What can I do for thee? She's suddenly very friendly. Your knowledge of the game interface will be great. Going well. Congrats, congrats. Thank you. We want some service. We want to buy spells. We want... I've got this written down. Service spells, 7th and then 8th. Okay. Vibrate. We'll just pay her asking price for it because haggling is slow. 8th circle, we want to buy Serpent Bond, another broken spell. And that's it. That's all the use for gold we have in the game. So then, in the run that I actually did, I think what I did was go get the Ring of Shal first, because the Ring of Shal is lovely, and it lets you cast spells without using reagents. But we're not really going to be casting spells until we hit level 8, or until we can cast level 8 spells, which is technically level 7 because of a weirdness in the game. So, with the new route that I've planned, I've rearranged the order of the things we do, and we go Isix Maze first, because there's no combat, and it's just, like, straightforward. Then we go to Draxanar and do his riddles. Then we go fight Aram Dal and take the treasure there. And then finally, we do the Ring of Shal, because doing that at the end means we have a whole bunch of walking armor, like suits of armor automaton things, that we can kill if we need to do that final bit of experience to get to level 7. Because finishing on like the maze meant that we would have to go running around trying to find enemies to defeat. Likewise, Aram Dol, I'm not about to defeat Aram Dol. He's actually not worth any experience points. The 1,000 experience points you get from doing the Aram Dol quest is not from defeating the Lich, it's from picking up the 2 treasure items that you can get in his treasury. So let's do the maze, because I do want to test out Stardrop's theory. What if you just go straight to the end? This gate always gets me too. Because back in the day when I was playing this game, like, legit, I spent a good long time stuck in the past here in Deathwatch, trying to find that damn secret area where they keep the Silver Seed. So, you know, these gates just stayed open. And I've just kind of, for the rest of my life, I've assumed that the gates are open, but I keep running into those. Anyway, get the Helm of Light first, because it is very, very useful to be able to see what we're doing. We don't have to talk to the witches. In Hindi, Aram means rest, and in English, Dol means a small model of a human figure, often used as a toy. This tells us nothing about Aram Dol. Excellent factoid there, Stardrop. I suppose if I wanted to read too much into it, a Lich is a kind of homunculus kind of thing. It's a doll, and he's supposed to be resting eternally. Aram, maybe? So the trick you can do here with the maze is just tell your companion to leave. They can just leave. Yeah. Do not give me all of your items this time, Shimino. And also, stuff. I can just drop stuff. Oh, damn it. I needed the... No, that's fine. He's got it in his inventory. That's fine. So all I need to do this is 2 items. And then I walk into the maze, trigger the thing where the companions leave me and I lose all my items. And then I talk to Shimino again. And this is in Doug the Eagle's anti-walkthrough, that you can just bring the companions in here, even though you're not supposed to. And get him to join again. So now I have nothing on me, but that's fine. And Shimino has the Iron Maiden, which we want. Let's save here. Because aside from practicing doing the maze normally, I want to see what happens if we could somehow go through the maze using cheats for the sake of making this quick. Oops. Because we can skip through any northbound walls. But we couldn't skip through this enormous volume of wall is the problem. If we put ourselves on top of the roof, we can get up here. And this is where the maze would be. And that's where the Helm of Light is. And this is what we need to trigger to make the 4th maze open up. But did that also make the 1st maze open up, I wonder? Used to have so much fun with Hack Mover back in the day. Me and my sister would build houses. But yeah, it looks like the other mazes aren't affected when the 4th one opens up. Because yeah, I was thinking, like, you know, you could build a staircase up onto the edge here, and there's lots of places in Serpent Isle where because of the way they've built the level, there isn't actually a roof above your head. But no, I think we'll just keep our existing route that we've got, which we can practice right now. So I've got my cheese and my shield, vitally important items. First maze, very simple. Run up here, do the Iron Maiden skip. Second maze, run up here, down, left, up, then through here, that way, this way, do the Iron Maiden skip. Ooh, we got a bad one. Sometimes it's hard to see where the actual Iron Maiden is. There we are. Third maze, bit of a longer one. We need to go this way, oh wait. And then, okay, this one is normally a bit of a longer one, but if we do this carefully, I mentioned we can't use the Iron Maiden to skip through a wall going east because of the way the hitbox drops at our feet. But what we can do in this specific instance, the trees is critical. It is, Frank Mental Stew. It is absolutely critical. What we can do, knowing that this wall is going to close on us when we enter this room, we can leave an obstacle there. And I'll actually turn off Hack Mover so I can show you that you can do this legitimately. Legitimately. There. So we know that the wall's going to appear there, but we've blocked it with the Iron Maiden. Oh no! We can't go immediately to the exit, or can we? Yes, we can. I like the little ditty that plays. Maybe I'll like grab it from the stream and make it a command. So, fourth maze, a bit of a longer one, and we have to do something very important. So we go all the way to the south, all the way to the right, up 1, up 2, give Ural some cheese. No, that's Shemina. Bye. I am Ural. Ural is no monster. Ural means no one harm. Ural wishes only to be left in peace and to go home. Peace? He looks like a monster. How dare you, YGY? Ural remembers peace. Ural wishes to be on the end of his days without pain and fear. Ural wishes what others wish, to see this fighting end. And food would be good. Ural is very hungry. Would you like some food? Ural is so hungry. Ural has not had food in many days. Ural would be willing to trade Ural's ball for cheese. Ural loves cheese. Dost thou have cheese thou wouldst give Ural? Yes. Oh, Ural is so happy. Thou art kind, kind, kind. The ball is yours, but be careful of the warriors. They are looking for it. Thank you. Bye. We like Ural. Then we need to go up one more room. And normally you have to then go on a big long detour. But this door, well, this wall is another one we can skip through to save a little bit of time. Oh, we can't see the maiden again, but we know roughly where it should be. When do we eat? Shemino, you do not eat. If need be, we can just like step out of this and do it again. Oh, there, I got it. If Shamino wants to not be hungry, he can just die and be resurrected by the monks. I think this guy might have something to do with Dr. Cat. That is a possibility. I don't think there's any direct Dr. Cat references in Serpent Isle. There are with some other games. Now we have Ball. And at this point we have to re-equip ourselves, which is a bit tedious. No. Let's see. Halberd. The cloak. Maybe I should be dropping it on me. Yeah. If you drop stuff on the player character, it usually does the right thing. But if you try and drop it on the paper doll, it usually does not do what you wanted. I suppose we need the medallion. Do we need the medallion still? Probably not. Backpack goes there. Ring we don't care about. We're going to get a better ring. So is that everything? We need a halberd. So what do I do after the maze? Draxinar. Oh, now I'm a bit hungry. Do I have food? No more food. Draxinar is C, so it's not that one, it's this one. It's all coming back to me. I even still remember the answers to the riddles, more or less, probably. It doesn't matter what we answer for his question, whether it were the avatar or whatever. No reason. Riddles. I don't like to boast, but I dare say there is no better riddle master than myself. Art thou sure thou dost want to play? Yes. Excellent. We shall start with a simple riddle. If thou dost answer it correctly, I shall give thee a more difficult riddle. Rhys Fletcher, a master bowman on an urgent mission for his king, desperately needed to find a hidden mountain pass. While searching for this pass, he came upon 3 mystics who were standing alongside the trail. One mystic wore a black sash, while the other 2 had brown sashes. Rhys knew that some mystics were truth-tellers and some were not. Rhys thought that if he could figure out if one of the mystics was a truth-teller, he could learn the whereabouts of the hidden pass. So he rode up to the mystics and asked, "Art thou the truth-tellers?" The mystic wearing the black sash answered the boy by nodding his head up and down. The second mystic, who had only one arm, told Rhys that the mystic with the black sash indicated that he was a truth-teller. However, the other mystic, who was fat, said that the mystic with the black sash was lying. How many of these mystics were liars? One. That is correct. Thou didst solve my first riddle. Shall I tell thee a slightly more difficult riddle? Yes. A young noblewoman is getting ready for the royal ball. She has several types of earrings in her jewelry box, 2 made of gold, 3 of silver, and 4 of copper. The earrings, however, are all scattered about in the jewelry box. Without looking into the jewelry box, how many earrings would the noblewoman have to take out of the jewelry box to ensure a matched pair? He's not saying ensure, like to guarantee that he's going to get a matched pair. He's saying insure, like insurance, but okay. It's 4, because there's 3 types and you need a pair, so you have to go for the unhappy path. What if I got 1 of each different kind for the first 3 draws? The 4th draw will guarantee to be one of the other that I have. Thou art correct. Thou didst solve my first 2 riddles. Dost thou want to hear another riddle? Yes. My cousin Longtooth has claimed to have stumped over 100 creatures with his riddles. My aunt says that he's blowing smoke, and that the number is probably less than 100. I say that he's probably stumped at least 1 creature with his riddles. If only one of us is correct, how many creatures has Longtooth stumped with his riddles? None. Thou art correct. Longtooth is a great dragon, but he's lousy at riddling. Thou hast solved my first 3 riddles. Dost thou wish to try a more difficult one? Very well. See if thou canst solve my last riddle. A clothier named Cedric has received an order to make 5 dresses, all with the same pattern. Cedric has 3 designs of embroidered cloth laying on a table in his workroom. Cedric tells his apprentice to fetch 5 pieces of cloth with the same embroidered pattern. The lazy apprentice doesn't bother looking through the piles of cloth, he just takes an armful. Discounting pure luck, how many pieces of cloth would the apprentice have to grab to ensure, again, wrong, that Cedric could make 5 dresses with the same embroidery pattern? It's 14. Don't ask me how I know this. Don't ask me to show my working, but it's 14. Verily, thou hast a good head upon thy shoulders. Thou hast solved all of my riddles. Dost thou wish to hear them again? No. I understand perfectly. Why wouldst thou, who hast already solved my riddles, want to hear them again? Bye. So that's actually a decent amount of experience for us. We're now level 5. Fine. Well, next we do Aram Dal, so we go back up here. When do we eat? It's a good question, Shamino. I am actually getting hungry. I might want to end the stream in a little bit, maybe after we finish Silver Seed, because then we've practiced a lot of the really hard bits. Aram Dal is up this way. We have to go down here, around here, up here, I think? Up this way? There's some Driders, which I will fight one, just because. Oh, don't kill us, please don't kill us. Ah, jeez. 'Tis lucky for thee that a patrol didst find thee, stranger. Thou wert unconscious and bleeding from many wounds. Ah, but I forgot my manners. I am Surok, the healer of Serpent's Fang, and I didst heal thee of thy wounds. Thanks, bye. Yeah, this is a nasty bit about the speedrun when you're in Silver Seed. You don't get Thoxa. The monks do not send you back to where you were. And if a companion dies but you don't, you can't just summon Thoxa. You have to drag the companion's body back to Surok, which sucks. But we'll try again. It's fine. It's a small time loss. But really, you do kind of have to be fighting some creatures as you go to get the experience level up. Maybe the Driders are just a bit too tough. Maybe I should give Shamino a weapon. But the thing is, if Shamino kills the Drider, he gets the experience. I don't want that. I need the experience. He shouldn't get any. There's no EXP sharing or anything on in this party. Whoever gets the killing blow gets the points. I wonder how that affects things if you're playing the avatar as a spellcaster. Like, you know, if something dies to a fire field, do you get the experience points? Or is it just treated as like a unfortunate accident that the monster had? I mean, since like you have to open up the dialogue to see how many experience points you got, it's not something I've ever really tracked when I've been playing Ultima. Anyway, let's maybe skip the Driders for now. I think the idea behind my new route is, if we can get Erinon's axe and the Gauntlets of Quickness from Aram Dal here, then we're slightly better placed to be able to do some damage. And I mean, survivability isn't amazing, but we've got some magic gear at this point at least. I wonder where I got this from, actually. Anyway, it's that time again. We're going to do the skip. I cannot equip the Iron Maiden myself, so I will ask Shamino, please leave. Yes. Join by, pick it up again, go through the wall. And that is like the only spot you can go through that wall. Because again, of the sneaky little spots that you... Okay, no, that's fine. Never mind, disregard what I'm saying. So here we are in Aramdol's treasure room, having not bothered to face Aramdol. We still need to hold on to both halberds, which happily they can go on an NPC's back. But I don't need to use the halberd as a weapon anymore. I've got Aranon's axe and the gauntlets of quickness, which gets our experience level up, and now we're level 6. Oh, and then we, instead of trying to fumble through that wall again, we can just death warp, which I haven't shown on stream yet. It is exactly what you think it is. You lock yourself in an Iron Maiden, pass out from lack of blood, but before you lose consciousness, you give your friend Shimino the Iron Maiden, and you wake up safe and sound. Apparently a patrol found us and brought us back to Deathwatch Keep. A patrol in Aramdol the Lich's treasure room. Don't think too much about it. Don't think about that. Whenever you see something weird like that, the Time Lord did it. So this part is sometimes a little difficult to get through to because of the monsters, and especially difficult because of the Corridor of Death. Let's just kill some of these monsters so that we can get our XP up. Okay, fine. But yeah, this corridor here, with the fireballs and things, it's fine if I die, we just go back to Suruk. It sucks if Shimino dies. To be fair, Elizabeth and Abraham just happened to be passing through some wild places, yeah. Yeah, all through the game you'd be thinking, what is up with these two? How come they're always like in these incredibly dangerous dungeons and things? And then later it becomes evident. I guess what we could do, right, is we could tell him to leave. Because we can sort of see through the wall here. Run, 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 run. And then maybe we could talk to him from here. Oh, no, he's dead. Idiot. Okay, that's fine. I'm almost done with walking us through this thing anyway. But yeah, you gotta have a safety save there. Even if you don't die to the traps, there's the acid slugs. Oh wow, there's a teleporter in this corner. The Guardian was just telling them, hey, the Avatar died again. Can you go pick him up? I have dropped a pin. Yeah, why? I mean, because Ultima 9, right? Okay, the Guardian and I are linked. I can understand why the Guardian might want us to survive. But, like, you don't have to return us to the Fellowship building, where we can continue to adventure and thwart your plans. You could throw us in one of those secret Fellowship jails you've got, right? Imagine if every time you died in Ultima 7, even to the crocodile in the first swamp, you just found yourself in a Fellowship jail. So here is where the Ring of Shal is hidden. Oh, you can't get it until you pull some of these off. Ring of Shal, get. Experience, 3087. We need 113 more. I expect the party members must have gotten to know Elizabeth and Abraham pretty well too. Yeah, imagine the conversation on the cart back to pause. The Ring of Shal is my favourite thing. It is pretty epic. Okay, so that was 30, I think? 20? Maths is not my strong suit, especially when I am deprived of mana. But we need to kill a bunch more of these things. No, kill them, Avatar. Don't spare them. 3150? That's weird. That's a weird number to arrive at. Was one of them worth, like, an extra 3 points? Does the amount of experience you get vary per creature? 3169, nice, but, that's weird. It's gotten a lot darker in your room. It has. The sun is pretty much down below the horizon already, except for the buildings. I have, like, it's actually fairly bright. It's just my webcam is of potato quality. And if I want to have a reasonable frame rate, I have to accept that it's not going to be particularly bright. You'll notice that the Poppy Cam, which is in the same room as me, still shows things fairly bright because it's a slightly more modern phone camera. I need more enemies to fight. Oh wait, no I don't. We're level 7, which means we can cast level 8 spells, paradoxically. This is great. So now we could leave the Silver Seed and do whatever else is on our agenda. What do I do when I exit the Silver Seed? Test of Purity. I suppose we could do that. We could do that just for practice. But what was I saying? Camera quality, yeah. I do actually have an old Xbox 360 Kinect, and I've really been wanting to hook it up as a webcam and see what fun things we can do with that. But that's, you know, another project, and I need to solder up a 12-volt source for it and things. Do I need the... Yeah, I need Shamino alive, don't I? Do I have Hack Mover on? I do now. Come on. Light levels, yeah. So I used to have a ring light. I do still technically have a ring light that I made myself. It's just been a bit janky and it melted last summer. And another project, yes, fix that. I'll get around to it. I'll 3D print something. Ah, that's right, yeah. So we can't exit the Silver Seed yet because we haven't completed the Silver Seed. And if we wanted to just go back to the present day, we could use the medallion, but it has not yet been a full week. The Amulet of Balance has not fully recharged. I cannot use it for another 7 days yet. So that's a problem, right? By the way, Surok, can you resurrect this dummy? Do I have to get him to join the party again? I do, because I had him left the party earlier. So we still can't return, but we can... And this is an exploit that a lot of people knew about, which was just a handy way to leave the Silver Seed. These pillars that the game devs used in the expansion pack, the devs who were setting this up didn't realize that these are special pillars. I mean, they look special, right? They look very fancy. But these are special pillars that you're only supposed to find in Furnace to do the test of purity. and they have the same use code on them. So if I double click this, game, if I double click this, what the fuck? Okay, if I close the door and double click it, or maybe Shamina was in the way, I go into the test of purity. Fancy that. And when you exit the test of purity, you exit in furnace, of course. So it's a way to go back to the future, Marty. And the easiest way to get through it is just to fail it instantly, or fail it as quickly as possible. We don't care about doing the test of purity and actually earning our rewards, because the reward is the Serpent Ring, and you don't need it to complete the game. Can I just say bye? Yeah, try the left button. Okay, we'll try the left button. And finally, the worm game. I am running out of steam, folks. I will probably wrap things up soon. Begin the game, and then race DuPree back to this room, which has allegedly a bunch of treasure in it, but mostly it's just empty boxes. And apparently I'm not the hero of virtue, but it's fine, whatever. So now we're stuck in furnace, right? Stop shooting me! We need this corpse. Oh, great. Okay, we need to kill you, too. Let's turn hack move off. Because I need to make sure this placement is legit. Nope. Corpses have such weird hitboxes, it's quite a struggle. So if I can't move this back there... Welcome back, Dr. Yasmin. I hope you're well. It's good to see you. Let me click that, or copy that link. Let me just paste that somewhere, and I'll pick it up later. What was I saying? Yes, Dr. Yasmin, I hope you're well. I'm kind of mostly wrapping up now. Been sort of watching during the call. Good to see you again. Put the cat ears on. Hydrate. Thank you, I shall do that. It's mostly empty. That was mostly empty too, but this one is a fresh one. Cat ears, cat ears, cat ears. Honestly, the low light conditions is favourable here, because then we can actually see this hopefully turn on. Oh, it's very dim now. Oh, hello! Look who it is! The cat ears come out, and another cat appears. Hello, Poppy. How are you? On stream? Pinch to zoom is an awful interaction method. Hello. We can see you. Hi. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will practice this little skip here. Then I can give Poppy some food, and we'll do that on camera. And then I can wrap up stream and get myself some food, because I can smell it, and it's smelling quite delicious now. So is this as close as we can get with this corpse? Okay, that suggests that it would actually be okay to walk on top of it. No. I guess it's dealt as a lousy hand there, but we can probably build a little staircase out of sulfurous ash and, I don't know, Ural's ball. So we might be able to climb up onto the debris here, yes. And then we simply get Shamino. Can you hold... Can I hold... Okay, look, if I put that down there, then I can hold that, and then you can hold that. It's probably fine. Then I could get you to drop it. Wait. I think I still have Hack Mover on. Oh, I don't. Good. Leave. Yes. Monk Isle. Join. Buy. So now we can walk onto the halberds. Out into the open space. Fall down there on the other side. And from here, it's quick to get out, although we haven't transcribed our spells yet. We need to create ice for this last bit. We only have it in spell scroll form. But we do need an item to walk over the wall, so we might use the spell scroll item as a stepping stone and then transcribe it. That could work. We need to get over that little wall there. So, there's create ice. Here's some gold coins. I walk up onto the wall. And then I use transcribe to grab the spell scroll. Might grab the money. Well, I'm going to wrap up stream, so this is going to affect things. But logically speaking, I probably want to keep most of the money with us to use as stepping stones. Then in this corner, we can't go south using the Iron Maiden skip, but we can go south if we create a block of ice that is also 3x3 at its base, centered upon the avatar. It's very difficult to see, but trust me, there is a monolith of ice there. Hi. Hello. Are you cute? Are you a cute kitty? I think you are. And then when the ice wears off, it kind of makes a hole in the wall exists briefly. Because the game engine is optimized such that, like, oh, we've removed this obstacle from the path-finding algorithm. I'll mark that as a free space for a bit. Good old puppy. She is good. She's very good. And cute. Yeah, then we would just go through Furnace, grab the Serpent Staff, do a whole bunch of other stuff. Neko is tired. Neko is very tired. Thank you all for being here today. We could go give Poppy a bit of food, and then I'll wrap up stream and we'll find someone to raid. And then I get to eat my food, which is in the oven right now and it smells delicious. Sound like a plan? That sounds like a plan. Enjoy the food. Yes, she will. Yes, food. Let's go to the cat cam screen. Ah, she's such a cutie. Kateri, welcome in. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm just wrapping up stream now. Very tired, but I managed to get a little bit of a stream out, and I'm happy for that. Because I've got to keep doing these things that make me happy. I can't just be working 9 to 5. That would suck. Let me get my headphones back on for the moment. Oh, this screen has music on it, but the other one didn't? Okay, I left music on the cat cam screen, but not the other one. There we go. Yes, who are we rating? Probably G-Funk. Pixel Turkey is also on. Ooh, and playing Keen. Do you want to... I feel like G-Funk is my first impulse to go to, but I'll tell you what. You're all adults, at least I hope you are, because Twitch is going to clamp down on that in my country. You can choose to go wherever you want. Pixel Turkey is on and is playing Keen, which is very cool. But we will also be going to the G-Funk, who is also cool. And he's playing Doom. So let's go say hi to G-Funk. G-Funk's cool. And that way I can drop yous off at this nice Aussie streamer and I can go have my dinner. Because I'm getting kind of hungry. I don't know about you. Getting Stan. Hi, and bye, Neko. Hello, hello. Yes. And also, like, a lot of other people in my chat are streamers off and on sometimes. So you all know each other by now, I think. Go check each other out. How do I do this? Raid. Copy it yourself, James. So you do that. And then /raid. One of these days I'm going to link these two things together so that it automatically shows up when I start a raid. But again, too many projects, not enough time, not enough mana. Funk. He's not gone on a break or anything, has he? That would be... let's load it up, come on. Come on. My internet is slow. Why is my internet slow? Is someone uploading something? Oh, it's me, isn't it? I'm uploading. Not on break. Excellent, excellent. So yeah, this has been a stream. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. I will see you at some future point in time, maybe before the end of the year, who knows. Right now I'm still busy at work, so it's kind of taking a lot out of me. But take care, everyone. Look after yourselves. And, yeah. Merry Xmas. Which button is my end screen? I've forgotten.